Welcome to Heartland Dual Sport. In today's video, we're going to be traveling from Colorado. We're going to head back down into New Mexico. We've got the bike and camp and everything packed up there from South Fork, and we're headed to the Navajo Dam. If you guys enjoy wildlife, whether it be photography or videos, you're going to want to stick around till the end because we got some excellent footage at the lower dam camping area there at the Navajo Lake. So let's get to the video. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're new to our channel, my name is Dale. I'd like to introduce myself, and we're traveling. As you can see right now, we're in the Jeep and we're loaded up, and we're going to be basically traveling, I don't know, guys, I think it was 2, 3, 4 hours or whatever to get up here to this Navajo Dam. We're going to call it the camping area below the dam off of Navajo Lake, and again, it's going to be a real nice area. We're going to be camping right outside of the river, and you can actually almost kind of hear the river from camp. But as you can see, we've got camp basically unloaded and we're set up here. This trip, like I say, was about a 2 or 3 hour trip to get here, and it didn't take long to get settled in. As you can see, Buster's here playing by the picnic table, and then just right outside of camp, I mean within feet, we've got wild turkey and we've got wild deer that are just hanging out not too far from where we're camped at. Now again, this area, we're in New Mexico, and that Navajo Lake is, the temperatures are hot. It's just as hot as it would be if you was back in Oklahoma. Again, this is not an area I would have picked out. During the heat of the summer, I would have went and stayed in the mountains. But again, riding with my buddy and getting up here, it was actually, this was one of the neatest places I think I've been to. So I'm thankful that I did go ahead and decide to go with him, because this is just an absolutely beautiful area. You guys know that I enjoy wildlife and wildlife photography, and I'm just as passionate about that as I am riding the dual sports. And to be honest with you, that's part of my fascination with the dual sport, is being able to ride up on some of these old trails or the old back roads and see the wildlife. I mean, that's just one of the key components and how it all ties in together for me. And as many of you know, I used to do photography years ago, and I'm probably going to get back into doing some of that on the side. And I've never given up my passion for photography, and that's partly how we even started doing videos to begin with, is I had cameras that could do video, and I just never used them. And I thought, hey, what better way to learn how to do it would be to go out and just start using the equipment. And that's kind of how we got started with the YouTube channel. So again, guys, this is just it's another great area to camp. One of the things that we found that I just honestly wasn't expecting to see was we rolled up on what you're going to call an actual true live stealth camping campground. And I don't know who built this thing, probably some young man. If I was guessing, maybe him and his dad, or who knows. I mean, it was just a really kind of a fun find, because this isn't going to see something that you see every day when you're walking around or exploring around the campground or the camping area, or for our sake, we was walking around the river. But me and Buster located this, definitely what I'm going to call a stealth camping campsite, set up not too far away from the campgrounds. We walked around it, and I tried to get some pretty good footage of it, because whoever built this actually spent quite a bit of time, and you can even see that they didn't even use any kind of ropes. They were using cordage that they could make just from the natural resources, the grass and the stems or whatever that they could pick up and find, to kind of tie some of these pieces together and I thought they did an excellent job with building this camp. It's really pretty cool, and it blended in nicely with the background and the scenery and whatever. And then, of course, as we get closer to the evening, we're going to end up eating some really good stew. And what this is, guys, is this basically just a real quick meal. We've got the Denny Moore stew on the left. I always add a can of beans with the Denny Moore, and then we've got some steak that we need to cook, because we're about to run out of ice. So all of our meat and stuff that we have stored up from the last campsite, we didn't run. I stopped at a couple of different dollar stores, and everybody was out of ice on our way in, and we didn't we just needed to eat the meat before it spoiled, because it was getting to that point we were out of ice. And we're planning on staying here 3 days at this camping area. So in next week's video, be sure to tune in. We're going to be riding around. I'm going to show you some more of the area off the back of the CFR450rl, and we're going to be showing you around that camp area and go up and down the river a little bit and just kind of show you some of the different sights that you could expect to see if you came out here, on top of the wildlife that are just pretty abundant in this area for whatever reason. One thing I do want to point out on our trip, and part of this journey on the way here, is we initially went into the camping area, which is up by the lake, and you can actually see the lake from this camping area, and that is where the bathroom would be if you needed access to the bathroom or the shower or whatever. The one thing that I do want to point out is it's a pretty good jog away from the lower dam area. But if I understand the rules and regulations correctly, if you're camping in this lower dam area off the river where we're camping, you can actually go up and use the shower house at the other campground. Now here's where the word of caution is, and I don't have this really the video on footage, but if you watch next week, you'll see the road that I'm on riding the CRF450rl. This road is rough, and in fact it was so bad just going basically as slow as the Jeep would roll down the road. And I want to say it's roughly 3 miles, maybe 4, maybe 5 miles, I don't remember now what, but it was a long, really rough dirt road, to the point that it bounced a couple of straps loose off the bike, and you guys know how well I've tied the bike down. And I had to stop and readjust the straps halfway through this road. So with that said, come short of riding my bike over to the other campground to take a shower, I wasn't driving the Jeep down this road again until it was my last time out. The road is pretty rough. If you guys are planning on camping down in this area, just know up front, take everything with you that you're going to need. Don't plan on leaving this campground until you're ready to go home, because I'm telling you, it's not a road you want to drive up and down every single day. I can promise you that. Again, if you like our video, give us a big thumbs up. We appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes, and may you all have a blessed week. And let's go ride.